arm. Lumberjacks are tough, or farmers are tough. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, great. Let's go back. I'm going to unpreview that. Let's finish him up. Go back to Photoshop. Zoom out, Command 0, Control 0 on a PC. Or we could do his hands or his face. Let's start with his face. So I'm going to take his entire face. I'll do that in a minute. Let's start with Illustrator. Oh, and we did Illustrator crash. It did as well. Someone kicked me out of Illustrator and Photoshop. I'll have to talk to him about that. Not to kick out this computer. All right, there's my edited. Boom. So let's grab one of the faces here. Zoom out. Just the default face. Zoom in. We know this is the correct size. And it looks like you could change all sorts of faces. Beards and different things. That's a fun file. So these files are fun to find because you get to play with different things that they have already provided for you. Now, that face is definitely not going to work, and this is one of those examples where, although they've done character design development, they haven't done the face how we need it rigged. So I'm going to go to the Ellipse tool, come right about there, and I'm going to just kind of match his face a little bit. And I'm going to hit A for Direct Selector tool, P for Pen tool, add a couple points there, A for Direct Selector tool. Just going to give him a square head. And shrink his side in, make sure that matches up with his cheek there. Very good. And it looks like we're just going to have to go down a little bit there. Down. Just trying to make a head to be the base behind everything. That actually looks good there. Now where his chin would be, I'm going to say here because he's got a big mouth. So I'm going to add Pen tool. Give him a jawline. And Direct Selector tool. And we're going to come up just that actually works perfect for me. So I'm going to go back to Photoshop and back to Illustrator and save. So I have that. And I'm going to drag in the face. Now I should have clicked on face, but I didn't. So we're going to have to go find it, center, and face. Delete the old face. Very good. And I'm going to call that face. And I'm going to go find this folder and bring him up. This is the guy we're working on. Okay, open this up. And now that we've got that, I'm going to turn off this face. And let's go ahead and get some shadows. We'll do that last. Let's go with the other things. Eyebrow, click. Let's just do the right side of his face. I'm going to bring this one in. Great. I'm going to hit enter. I'm going to delete the other one from the template. And then let's get his nose. One piece. I should have clicked on nose here, but I didn't. Where are you, nose? There you are. Make sure I open it up, put it in normal. Delete the other one. Okay, and let's get his first mouth. Bring that in. Actually looks like the other one. And that's going to be normal. Delete. Very good. Save. And we're just about done with getting some of the elements. Let's get his ear. A, Direct Select tool, Shift A to get both of those. And then I know it's this folder here. V for Selector tool, bring it in. And I forgot to click on the ear folder, but that's okay. We know it's the right ear, which is right here. Delete. Save. Now, in order to tell where I'm putting stuff, I'm going to go back into Illustrator. And I'm going to take this whole face and bring it on over so I have a nice template. Okay. And I always like to bring it to the top so I don't forget about it. And before I lock it and change the transparency, let's go get the body to Command 0. So I have, well actually I don't need to, I've already done the body. I just need to turn it on. So go back to here, what I was thinking, and find the hip, close the nose, close the center of the head, find the hip, turn it on, And then I can just move this head to where it needs to be. And I think, yeah, I just got a little bit of neck there. That actually looks pretty good. And now I'm going to go opacity 50, lock. Save, zoom in, move his face up to here, more or less, and then move his brow in its spot, his ear, and his nose. Very good. Now we need his mouth. Okay. And while I'm here, I'm just going to take the talking head bone, Command T, and move everything up, just so it's up here. Very good. Okay. So let's go get his beard and his eyes and everything else. Let's come into here. Zoom back in. And now let's get his front hair. So it looks like we've got a little bit of work to do, not a ton. He's got a mustache. Let's get that. That's easy to do. And there it is, Command G, Control G on a PC. And let's bring that in. Be his facial mustache on top of his beard. And that needs to go in the center. And I'm going to close mouth. And on this, I'm going to put it in, because it's already here, I'm going to put it on front hair 1. Actually, no. Let's look what he has. These are sideburns. I actually like that. We might have to just create a new one, but it may crash. So let's just go put it right here. And let's put it behind the mouth and behind the nose. And let's create a new folder. And I'm going to call this folder mustache. Okay. And I'm going to create a new head bone. I'm just going to duplicate the mouth and call it the exact same mustache. Very good. And then I need to put that mustache inside the mustache folder. And I'm not sure where this one went. I think it was in front hair. I think I put it in the wrong one. Now if I hit save, let's see if it crashes. Sometimes when you add a new element, no, it didn't. Great. It's there. And if I go to the layer manager, there it is. So that's actually good. It didn't crash on us. So we're making progress. And just while I'm thinking of it, those arms, they need to go behind the hip. So if I come into here, I close the center face, and I go over here, I move the hip all the way up to here. That's how it should look on this character. There we go. And that is the left ear. So let's go back in and finish up this face. So the left ear is in its spot, and the right ear, sorry. The left ear needs to be duplicated, edit, transform, flip horizontal, and I missed it, and I missed it again. Transform, flip horizontal, Command T, bring it on over, enter. Okay, let's move this in its spot. There we go. The mouth is good. Now let's go get the rest of the hair. Illustrator. We need to chop this hair up. To do that, we're going to use the knife tool. I've selected the hair itself, and it looks like, let's see if I turn this off. That's correct. So I'm going to go ahead and slice this piece. I want this here. What's up? This here. There's the beard. And then I'm going to want the sideburns. So I want to go like that. And like that. So let's see if that gave us this top piece and a bottom piece. Oh, it's not, because it's one giant piece. I see. What's up? Hey, you're up there. Be careful, darling. So I didn't realize this is one giant piece, so I'm going to undo all that, and we're going to do it a different way. If it wasn't one giant piece, we'd just do it that way, but it's one big piece, and it looks like this is just on top of it. Yep. So we're just going to quickly draw our own. I'm going to use the pen tool. I'm just going to go like this for the sideburns. Pen, click and drag, and click and drag a tiny bit. And that, my friends, is the sideburn. Okay, I'll just finish it off like that. I'm going to hit I, click. There's my sideburn. Move it out of the way. Now I'm going to hit A for select tool, get off there, P for pen tool, and let's create this piece here. And I'll fine tune it in just a minute. You might be better at this than I am. I'm just kind of winging it. P for pen tool, I just moved that. Oops. Okay, now let's grab that, bring it down here. P, Alt, P, Alt, A. Okay, A, direct select tool, A. That's fine with me there. This is okay for me, but I need to take P, Alt, click, add another A, P, Alt, click, A, and move this here. Do you like my Farmer M's? His name's Farmer Joe. Okay. Yeah, he's pretty handsome. Not as handsome as your daddy though, huh? Okay, so P for pen tool, click. Get the beard here. And go down here. Nice round beard. I'll come back and fix that. In fact, I'm just going to do half. And then I'll duplicate it and I'm just hitting spacebar to grab and move around. I'm going to want to go like that. Okay, so it looks kind of squonky. Let's fix this. So P for pen tool. Let's fix this portion here till it's right there. That actually is okay. Get that a little more bulk. How'd this do? That looks good. How about you? Not so good. So I'm going to do P, delete that, and whoops. I could make it another color. That would actually be helpful, but I'm just kind of speeding through this now. Okay, great. So I've got half the beard. So I'm going to duplicate this. I'm going to hold, there's lots of ways to duplicate. You can do Alt and over arrow, or I can just click and drag it down to here, which I'll do this time. Edit, transform, or object, excuse me. No, edit. I am in the wrong, I'm in thinking Photoshop. Transform, reflect, vertical. Okay. Now oh shoot, I did that wrong. Okay. I did the point. I got to grab the whole path. Okay, so let's grab this path. Object, transform, reflect. Very good. Drag it over with shift. Put it in its spot. Now I'm going to take both of these and I'm going to use the Pathfinder. Under Window menu, Pathfinder. I'm going to merge those into one shape and call that beard. And then call this front hair. Call this sideburn. So now if I come in here and I turn off that whole thing, you're going to see I have everything that I need. There we go. And so now if I come in here and I go, all right, Photoshop, I want to get the other sideburns. So I'm going to delete that one. And that's the back. I'm just kind of using the this guy's setup, and he had sideburns. So there's the left sideburn. Get off Pathfinder, V, bring it on over, put it in its spot there. Looks good. Delete the other one. Okay. Now I want to go find the front hair, which is right here. And grab my front hair. Very good. Put it into its spot. Okay. And then I'm going to go find, I'm going to duplicate this. Whoops, not that. That's the front hair, goes in there. Where's my sideburn? I'm going to duplicate the sideburn. Edit, transform, flip horizontal, Command T, bring it on over, enter, and put it in the other one here. The other sideburn folder. Now I could rename all these, and I probably will, just kind of teach you the bone structure, but I'm going to leave them there for now. Now I need to get this facial hair, and I made a mustache folder, but do we have another one for this? That's the back hair, which we're also going to do. I'll show you that in just a minute. So let's create another folder. Save. Go take a look. Okay, he's looking better and better as we go along. Let's go back, and I need to move the front hair in front of all of this. Okay, and the sideburns are there. The sideburns need to stay where they're at. The face is there. Great, so I need to create a new folder. So let me close all these. Hit save. It looks like I need to get back here in there as well. And I need to come in and do new folder. I'm going to put it here. I'm going to call this beard. Go put it right there. And I'm going to create a new bone under, oops, I'm going to duplicate nose, call it beard. Okay, then you're going to come over to Illustrator, grab the beard, put it in, and make sure it's where it's supposed to go. That looks about right. And let's go put it in the beard folder. Now if I hit save, hopefully we don't crash. Very good. Cartoon Animator's coming a long way. Okay, switch out of there. We're moving right along. We've got the nose, the beard, the ears, the front hair, the sideburns. Let's take care of this. This big piece here allows the head to turn, and you have backup colors to make the hair, make it so they don't look bald. So I'm going to turn off this face here and turn on my face that I created here. Very good. And then let's create a piece. I'm just going to drag this one over here to kind of have a template. Excuse me. There it is. Now I'll show you what this does. So I'm going to create my own. So I'm going to grab a rectangle tool. It's going to go like this. I for eyedropper, get my own color. Delete the blue one I brought in, get my rectangle tool, and just kind of use my pen tool. I'm going to click here, add a point, click here, add a point, click and, whoops, add a point there, and then Alt, Shift, A. Okay, and I'm going to bring it to there. I'm going to do P for pen tool, and I'm going to add another spot here and here, A. And I want to make it so it's not touching where it shouldn't be, the hair. And to do that, I'm going to add a point here, here, and I want to bring this one up and bring this one up. Okay, that's my back. My big hair piece, which I'll show where we use that later. I'm going to curve it. And click this, shift, this is direct selector tool, curve it. And I probably don't need to curve these, but just because it's satisfying. There we go. Bring that in here. Okay, enter and delete theirs. And I'm going to make sure it's in the right spot. Right about there. Great. I'm going to close that, save. Now we need to work on the eyes. Okay, so let's come in here and see what they gave us for eyes. Looks like we've got a few eye expressions. Not really, they're all the same. Okay, we have a squint and a pupil change. So we may just stick with the one eyes that he has. So let's come in here and see what we have. I'm going to click on the pupil right there. I'm going to want that little white thing. Command Z. That will be my iris. So if I come in here, I clicked on the iris, the right eye. Am I working on the right eye? I am. Drag it on in. Now that's not going to work because it's not set up correctly. So delete. We got to go back to Illustrator. And this needs to go inside. Actually, that may work as long as it's white. Is that white? No, it's black. So that's not going to work. So we're going to go like this and create another path. Copy it, drag that there. Shift, Command 7, Control on PC, and bring that in there to the bottom. And now we've got it where we want it. So there's the iris. I'm going to bring it right there. Okay, delete the other one. Now we need the eye white. So let's come in here. And there's the eye white, but we want the eyebrows with it, or the eye white, you want all of this. So I'm going to Command G that, select it all, bring it in. Okay, and that's going to go in the eye white. Very good. And then the mask is going to be just this portion here. Zoom in. With the mask, I always like to double click it, color overlay, red, so I can see it. Put it in its mask folder, and just move it around using the arrow keys. Let's put it on top of the eye white so we can see if it's too big, and for some reason it is. So I'm going to shrink it down. And what the eye white does is it just keeps the pupil in a certain area without overriding the artwork, like in this case, the brown portions of the eye. Enter. Okay, that's the eye white. Move it into the mask area. Close those. Save. So just like that, we have the eye set up. Now, it should show up here. There it is. Let's go back and let's duplicate this, but before we do, what did they have here? They had other expressions we'll worry about another time. I'm going to duplicate normal, go to the left eye, put it in there, and delete, and then call this normal. Make sure it didn't change the folder names. It did not. Now edit, transform, flip, Command T, move it over, and there's our normal left eye. Boom. And then what I need to do while we're here is let's try and just fix all these little bone markers for the face. There's the face. That works. There's the mouth bone label, mustache, nose, beard, nose. Beard should probably be up here so it rotates correctly. This is your left brow. This is your right eye. This is your right brow. This needs to come up. We need to duplicate the right brow. Move over to the left brow folder. Normal. Delete and then edit, transform, flip, Command T, move it over. Very good. And then we've got the back hair we haven't done yet. We've got the front hair. Front hair 1, is that what this is? 1, 2. So front hair 1, 2 is this guy. That's for the sideburn. Now I'm gonna go ahead and rename that. So let's do this. So they named it front hair 1. I'm gonna call this sideburn L. Okay. Copy. That's, I got the wrong one. Sideburn L is right. Now I gotta come in here, rename this to sideburn L. And then this is gonna be sideburn R. Yep, this guy. And then I need to make sure that I come up here and I go sideburn R. You don't want to save until this is all exact or you'll crash Reallusion, which is fine because we have a copy here, but you just don't want to do that. So I'm going to move this over here, sideburn. good. And then we've got the front hair 1, 2, which is, which folder, where is it? Right here. And that's, I'm going to call this front hair 1. And that's going to be front hair and front hair 1. Great. So what you're doing is you're saying take front hair and link it to sideburn and front hair 1, which pertain to these folders here, front hair, sideburn, and sideburn. So if I hit save, it should work. So if I go back into here, it should work. Great. And I got the neck is a little off here. I'll have to go look at that. But so far, so good. Let's go back into Photoshop and let's go fix the neck. Zoom out. Looks like I just didn't align it right. So let's come here. Let's turn off the beard and the face. And let's align this. The head can come right about here. The neck right about there. Save. That should fix it. Very good. Okay. So now let's go fix the back hair. With the back hair, we're not going to need really much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the face. I'm going to duplicate it. I'm going to color it the same color as the beard. Then make it slightly bigger. And I'm going to make that the back hair. And it's going to go down into the back hair folder. Delete. Very good. Looking good. Look at that handsome fella. All right. Save. Turn on his face. Now, what I'm going to do now that I've got everything in its place, I'm going to go and get the template and make sure I delete that. I don't want to leave that in there. Hit save. And go back to here. He's looking great. Just got a couple things we got to fix. Now let's go do his hands. So let's come back into Photoshop and look at his hands. Let's click on this hand. Let's go see what we have here. So I'm going to come over here. Where'd those hands go? Zoom out. Select all this. Command 0 and zoom in. Those are his hands. So let's do a normal. I'm going to fix this here. And he's got some nice square fingers. Looks like he kind of fixed him. Let's just fix him just a little bit. I don't like him super square. That looks good. Same thing with here. And here. Here. Just kind of fine-tuning this lumberjack farmer dude's square fingers. All of these are too long. If you look at these, I should have looked at that. They're way too long. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete some of this. A, P. I could just do A and bring them down. All right, even that might be somewhat big, but that's what I needed to do. So let's go back into Photoshop. And sadly, I have to delete all these again because they're too big. And let's go back and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know why I'm counting out loud. I know why I'm counting out loud. I've been doing my counting video. Maybe I'll pull that up just for fun. Okay. All right, now let's go test this arm. Excuse me, this hand. Preview. That looks a lot better than it did before. One thing I'll do is just slightly move this up. And then I need to find the arm and turn off the hand. I think that should work. That works better. Okay, it's looking good. So let's go back into Photoshop and finish this up. Now this guy's arm is a little bit longer than I'd like, so I'm going to just shave it by hitting a mask brush tool. Turn up my hardness all the way. Make sure I've got smoothing to 50%. I'm just going to gently take off about that much. Okay. And if I do it to one side, I do it to the other. I'm going to bring this up to match. Going to delete that hand because we're just going to duplicate it on this side. I'm going to hit this guy, brush tool on a mask. And that's good. Okay, so let's go back to this side and turn this relaxed hand on. Move this to the finger nub, and we're good. Let's keep going. Save. So you're relaxed. Now, do we have a victory pose? What does the victory pose look like? It's got 2 fingers. That's the victory pose. So I'm going to bring it up. I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to copy victory. That's my victory pose. Paste, enter, and move it up. Delete their victory pose and put mine into place. Like that. Very good. Okay, victory's in place. Their next one is 7. All right, now that we got those hands where I want them for now, we're going to go ahead and duplicate them all. So what I like to do is turn them all on. Kind of gives me an idea of what may or may not be right. Minimize the hand folders and the arm folders and duplicate the hand folder on the one we just finished. Rename it the other side. Okay. Delete the other side, the previous ones, then edit, transform, flip. Flip them all, Command T, Shift, bring them on over. And then what I like to do is, once that's over there, I zoom in. I take the top one, turn everything else off. And according to where it's at, I go Shift and then over 1, 2, I go up So 1 over and up 2. So I take all the rest, and you don't have to show them, but I like to. And then 1 over and up 2. And save. And that, my friend, should give us a fully working character. Now, we need to work with the hair and different things, but if we go to preview, we should be able to play around with our character, and he looks great. He looks fabulous. Okay, now we haven't done his mouths yet, so let's go do his mouths. So I'm going to come into here, zoom out, Command 0. Let's go get his mouth. And I'm going to come over here and grab all the mouths that these came with. So we have this guy. This is going to be a little bit of work to get them all out, but let's just open it up. And I'm going to go like this, delete everything but the mouth. And I'm just using my selector tool there, getting everything but the mouth. It makes it a little bit easier to deal with here. It looks like we have a face shadow we need to worry about too. Alright, so that gives us the smiles we want and the mouth we want. So let's just drag these in one at a time. 1. And I'm just going to name them A-E-I-O-U as I go along. Save. Now that I've got them all, I'm going to undo all the deleting I did here so I can see the facial expressions and put them in the right spot on the beard. Okay, save. So now we just got to come in here and align them all. So let's go to Photoshop. These ones are obviously... All right, now we're going to go through each one and figure out what we need to do. Very good. Let's start with normal. That one's great. Okay. Now we have let's turn on the beard. Where's our beard? Boom. Okay, so normal. Very good. Smile open. That's not ours. This one is. All right, now we've got the mouths and the hands in place. What we're going to do is we're going to come in and save this character. First thing first. I'm going to put it in character. I'm going to put it in the farm folder and call it Farmer Front 1. Farmer 1, Farmer Overalls Front. Very good. All right, that's it for this tutorial. Join Joe the Farmer on the next one to rig his face and animate him. Please like and subscribe. See you in the next video.